political party are you going to vote?
Isn't it that personal thing?
And that was the
But
question.
also, but we want to know
Okay, I'm gonna be an ANC voter, so I don't know ukuthi enye into yoba yini.
so you think ukuthi ANC is the best for you?
Yeah, ngiyacabanga ukuthi ANC is the best thing for thina for as soon phakathi, so ANC beloku i-good for thina.
Okay, ngiyabuza second. Even if I vote after the elections, what changes are you expecting to see?
Yazi ama-changes umsebenzi esiwubhekile kakhulu, and then nala ey'kolweni abantwana besikolo into eziningi nje esi-expectayo ukuthi zi-change.
Are you going to vote?
I registered to vote, but so far I think I'm discouraged and I'm no longer going to vote as planned.
Why? Why not?
Because our political parties, they don't give me enough reasons to vote.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another edition of HDM Live Reports with me, Dineo Makane. Local elections left an unrest in the city of Tshwane. The unrest led to buses being banned, affecting productivity and daily chores. I'm joined today by my 3 journalists who went all out to interview the community on what the unrest was caused by. It's Samullo Gift, Makelo Mongi, and Mgidi Emily. Welcome, guys.
Morning.
Now, you went all out to the community of Soshanguve to find out what the unrest was caused by the local elections. And Emily, your question to the community was, what were the changes the community was expecting to see after the elections?
Oh, yes. Even though most of the citizens are not willing to vote because of the corruption and the scandals that are recent, they're still expecting to see change. A whole lot of them, if you ask them if they're going to vote, they say no, it's too corrupt, it's too this, it's too that. But then when you ask them, so what changes are you expecting to see after the elections, they tell you about free education, this, that. And when you tell them that, but then your vote will only change that, they're still not convinced.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Majolo, Emily Ngidi is saying that people were saying that they will not vote because of the corruption and empty promises. What was your take on that to the community?
The residents are still kept skeptical about voting. They are not willing to cast their vote. It's like, I can say 40% are not willing to vote, but 60% is willing to vote. And the 40% is saying that lack of service delivery, unemployment rate, and corruption is one of the reasons that they are too skeptical of casting their vote. Let's wait after the election and see if people went out and vote.
Thank you. Now, the political poll, the election poll rates showed that ANC has went down and DA has risen above ANC. Now, Samullo Gift, your question to the community was, which political party best represents them?
Thank you, Dineo. We have more than 16 political parties around South Africa, and most of them, they're going out like doing those manifestos and stuff. But then when I ask the community which like political party best represent them, they say EFF, DA, IFP, all those political parties. But then they still have that question that all those political parties, they promise them houses and free education, but after the elections, there's nothing. So most of them, they still believe that political parties, they don't represent them at all.
Well, I believe that people are misinformed during the campaigns for votes or elections by different political parties, because we have seen different campaigns for votes, either by advertisements, by posters, or by rallies, people expressing their political parties, expressing their manifestos, and that's where people get convinced that a certain party will improve service delivery, or rather will submit to their promises. What is your personal opinion towards these local elections?
My personal opinion is people shouldn't complain or shouldn't strike because they don't vote. So if you vote, that's your voice. That's the right for you to strike or do whatever for service delivery. Yes, the service delivery is kind of slow, but then we don't have millions lying around. You know, this is South Africa. This is a developing country. We're not developed yet. So people should bear with the president. We all do mistakes. You know, I'm not for ANC or for whatever political party, but then I do believe that a vote will make a change.
Now, Mr. Makiola, I believe that throughout your interview, you were questioning people whether or not are they going to vote. If you were in the community's shoes, what would be your option, either voting or not, and why?
If I was in the community shoes, I was not gonna vote, because like there are thousands of graduates in Soshanguve who are unemployed, who still have hope that one day they will be employed. But if they keep on electing corrupt parties, this country is moving backward instead of moving forward. If I was the committee member, I was not gonna vote and just sit and watch, because voting for a corrupt party is like a waste of time. Your vote is going to waste. I think a person should consider their needs and then see if do I have to vote or not.
Now, thank you all guys for your contributions, and thank you for joining me once again. Well, it is clear that the community is still unskeptical of which political party they are to vote for. Although majority have decided which political party they will choose, they are still undecided of whether the political parties will deliver or rather will seize their unrest. Political parties are head on to win these elections. Well, it is up to the community, and it is the people's choice on which political party shall rule. I'm Dineo Manghani. Meet me again on our next edition of HDM Reports.